What if I told you some of the biggest facts you think you know about ancient history are completely false? In this third episode, 4 viral myths that will blow your mind, and trust me, myth number 3 will leave you stunned. Oh, and don't miss the final bonus myth. It'll change the way you see history forever. Ready? Let's dive in and hit like and subscribe so you never miss what history got wrong next. We've all heard it, Nero, the mad Roman emperor, watching Rome burn while playing his fiddle, but did that really happen? Here's the thing, the fiddle didn't even exist in Nero's time. The story came from later writers, twisting facts. Yes, there was a great fire in Rome, but many sources say Nero actually organized relief efforts, opened his own palace to refugees, and blamed the Christians later. The fiddling Nero? Total myth. Likely invented by his enemies to smear his legacy. And speaking of gruesome legends, wait until you hear the truth about one of the most feared torture devices in history. Picture it, the Iron Maiden, a terrifying spiked coffin, victims locked inside, impaled by metal spikes. You've seen it in horror films, museums. But what if I told you that it never existed? That's right, historians now believe the Iron Maiden was invented in the 1800s, part of Europe's obsession with medieval dark ages. Earlier records, silent, no solid proof of Iron Maidens in medieval torture. Most ancient Iron Maidens were actually built for museum displays, to shock Victorian audiences. Another myth busted. And if that surprised you, wait till you hear what really happened to the nose of Egypt's great Sphinx. Here's the story. Napoleon's troops arrived in Egypt, fired cannons at the great Sphinx, and blew off its nose. You've heard that one, right? But here's the twist. Sketches of the Sphinx from before Napoleon's time already show it without a nose. The real cause? Possibly medieval iconoclasts, or even natural erosion over centuries. But Napoleon's cannons? No real evidence. Another dramatic tale, but not true. Now, for one of the biggest myths in popular culture, one that Hollywood has completely twisted. Spartans throwing unfit babies off cliffs. Brutal, ruthless, right? But the truth is there's little solid evidence this happened. Ancient sources mention inspections, but no widespread practice of infanticide by cliff. In fact, many scholars argue it was likely a later exaggeration by rival Greek city-states or Roman writers with their own agendas. It made Spartans look savage, but the reality, much more complex and far less Hollywood. So, Nero didn't fiddle. The Iron Maiden was fake. The Sphinx's nose, long gone before Napoleon, and Spartan cliff babies, another exaggeration. But here's the thing, history is full of myths just like these. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot. You know those ancient Greek statues in museums? Smooth white marble, they were actually painted in bright colors. Blues, reds, even gold. What we see today, just the faded stone underneath. And in our next episode, we're diving into one of history's most misunderstood empires and a fake death that changed the world. Subscribe and hit like if you learned something new today. See you next time.